Yes guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today we are going through a leg day for a beginner. Okay, we're not going to be doing no quad dominant day or hamstring dominant day or a glute specific day or female type of leg day. This is going to be a leg day for a beginner and how I would set it up when you walk into the gym. So let's get straight into it. Now, my preference would be to start off with some form of hamstring curl. Now, as a beginner, I believe a seated hamstring curl is the perfect place to start. Now there are the lying hamstring curls. They require a little bit more bracing, a little bit more of a high skill level. The seated hamstring curl has you fixed and locked into a position, therefore it's going to be easier to perform the movement and get the most out of it. Now even as a top bodybuilder or an athlete or someone that's more skilled, I would still say the seated hamstring curl is still superior. However, that's another type of video, but I would start off with a seated hamstring curl. This is also a great opportunity to warm up the knees, is what I like to say. So for when we go into our leg pressing, so our knees have been exposed to some form of rotation, and therefore they are going to be a little bit more warmer than if we don't do this. So my first exercise, seated hamstring curl. Second would then be some form of leg press. And this leg press can be horizontal leg press, a 45-degree leg press. The hack squat and pendulum is something I'll go to in a minute, but I'm hoping that your gym is very basic. The 45-degree leg press and a horizontal leg press and or is going to be standard in any gym. So I would pick maybe the 45-degree leg press to go into, okay? I would actually stay away from squatting. Why? Because you're a beginner. It requires a lot of skill level, and this can help you build that skill level up, okay? So that would be my second exercise. Now my third exercise would be hip adduction. So it's pretty hard to train the adductors, or they are exposed in lots of exercises, but directly you're going to get the absolute most out of them for in your hip adduction machines. And if you want big legs, got to work on your adductors. So hip adduction would be my third exercise within this setup. Then after that, it would be some form of pendulum or hack squat. So let's say hack squat slash pendulum. Not all gyms will have them. Some will only have one or the other, but they are a great piece of equipment to build up strength, especially in your quads, because they are the most quad dominant pressing that we can do. Okay, so that would be my fourth exercise. Then I would like to go into a single leg kind of exercise, okay? You've got a variety. You've got Bulgarian split squats, we've got front foot elevated split squats, we've got dumbbell step ups, cable step ups, but we want to keep this very, very simple, okay? We want to keep it to the point where, as you're a beginner, you want to make sure that you're doing the exercise properly and getting the most out of it and requiring less skill level. So my preference would be single leg press. Now, this isn't to say that this is a beginner movement. There's plenty of pro bodybuilders that do this, but a single leg press in a 45-degree leg press or a horizontal leg press would be my absolute go-to, okay? That way, we're working our leg in a single kind of way. So out of all of this right now, we've got our seated hamstring curl that works our hamstrings. We've got the leg press, which is going to be working our quads and our glutes. We've got hip adduction working and our adductors. Shock, it's in the name. Hack squat, again, now working a lot of our quad focused exercises. The pendulum and hack squat are very quad focused. Then we go into a single leg press. And then to finish off, for me, would be some form of hip hinge. Now, a Romanian deadlift is very complicated. It is one of the biggest exercises that takes a lot of time to build up. So if it's something that you can do or you'd be willing to do, I would say an RDL, or a substitute on learning and going into the RDL would be the 45-degree hip extension. Then you can use the 45-degree hip extension to build the skill level up to the RDL. So it's kind of like a regression onto the progression of an RDL. So that is a great way to work the posterior chain. So your back, lower back, your glutes and hamstrings, okay? And then once you're comfortable with that, move on to the RDL. So what would you do? Maybe 3 sets times 8 to 12 to keep it very, very basic. You can have higher rep ranges, you can have lower rep ranges. Keep it basic at 8 to 12. You could do 6 to 10, you could be doing 10 to 15, but let's keep it basic. And this is gonna cover all bases pretty much, okay? Hamstrings, quads and glutes, adductors, quads and glutes, hamstrings and glutes, okay? So we're covering a good amount within our legs in just these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 exercises. And as a beginner, you want to rinse and repeat something like this and add and take away where necessary. Okay, so that is how I would set up a leg day for a beginner to target pretty much all of the legs. So guys, if you found this video useful, please give it a like. And if you have any questions, please just put them in the comment section and I will get back to you.